All right, buckle up, everybody, because today we are diving deep into the one and only Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter.
Now, you might know her best as Captain America's love interest,
Right.
but we're going way beyond that.
We are.
Today, we're going way past that surface level. We're really going to try to unpack her full story.
Yeah.
And luckily for us, we have this incredible article
Yes.
called Pasted Text that really digs into her whole journey. It starts all the way back in World War II, follows her through the years, and even goes into some alternate realities.
Wow.
So we're really getting a complete picture of Peggy Carter.
It's going to be a wild ride, I think.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
So what's so interesting to me about her story is that she's often seen as this symbol of female empowerment, especially in the MCU.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like it goes deeper than that. I don't know. What do you think?
I think you're absolutely right. The article actually digs into that a lot. It really makes you think about how Peggy's story challenges those classic tropes, especially, that whole damsel in distress thing. I mean, even just looking at her background, it's hinted that she probably came from a pretty privileged upbringing.
Yeah.
But she constantly pushes against those expectations. It really makes you wonder, was this like a conscious choice to defy the norms of her time?
Yeah.
Or was it something deeper, more ingrained in her character?
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a really good question.
I don't know. We'll have to think about it
Yeah, let's think about that.
as we go through.
And it's interesting because it makes those early moments in Captain America,
Mm-hmm.
the first Avenger, even more fascinating to me now.
Yeah, totally.
Because she's not just surviving in this male-dominated world of military intelligence. I mean, she's absolutely thriving.
Totally.
She's gaining respect. She's proving her skills. Did you get the sense that she was almost delighted by the challenge?
Oh, I think there's definitely an element of that. Remember that scene where she just picks up that gun and starts firing
Yes.
at the HYDRA agent after Steve's captured?
It's such a good scene.
It is. And it's not just about, saving Steve. It's a statement.
It is.
It's almost like she's saying, I'm not going to stand by and let others dictate my actions.
Yes.
Like, I'm taking charge here.
It's not just bravery, it's agency.
It is.
And I think that makes her relationship with Steve so much more interesting than just a simple love story.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they respect each other's strengths.
I do.
And you can see that mutual admiration right from the start.
Absolutely, from the beginning.
Now, I think what we sometimes overlook is how their relationship, and especially Steve's apparent death,
Right.
really shapes her approach, to eventually founding S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not just about creating an organization, it's about carrying on a legacy.
It is.
It's a legacy built on their shared ideals
Totally.
and the sacrifices they both made.
You hit the nail on the head. I think that's such a good point.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like she took, channeled that grief and turned it into something powerful,
Yeah.
something that could help protect the world
Yeah, that could actually protect the world.
from the kind of threats that they had faced together.
Together, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we get Agent Carter and we see those post-war struggles.
Right.
And honestly, it's kind of heartbreaking
It is a little bit.
to see how she's just constantly underestimated,
Totally.
despite all that she accomplished.
It's contributed
Yeah.
to the war effort.
It's not even just sexism, it's this resistance to her authority,
It is.
her expertise.
Yeah.
But she never lets it break her.
She doesn't.
She never compromises her values.
Nope.
She keeps pushing forward,
She does.
proving herself mission after mission.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's where we see her resilience.
Yeah.
And it's not just bouncing back.
No.
It's about strategically navigating a system that's designed to hold her back.
Yeah. It's like playing chess, almost.
It is. It's like a constant game of chess. But here's something that's always been interesting to me.
Okay.
We see her struggle in the SSR,
Yeah.
but she finds this incredible support system in people like Jarvis
Oh, German.
and Howard Stark.
Yeah, they're great.
These people, they see her value.
They do.
They trust her judgment.
They trust her.
And they give her this sense of camaraderie
Yeah.
in a world that honestly often feels very hostile to her.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about Peggy overcoming these obstacles on her own.
Right.
It's also about finding those alliances, those moments of genuine connection
Yeah.
that really fuel her fight.
100%. And, those relationships, especially her relationship with Jarvis, I think adds this really wonderful layer of warmth and humor
Yes.
to Agent Carter.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not all doom and gloom. Like there's this witty banter, these moments of shared laughter
Yeah.
that just highlight their their shared humanity.
Yeah.
It's like even in the midst of fighting these global threats, they're finding joy in these small things in
Yeah.
each other's company.
Absolutely. It makes those dangerous missions, like when they go undercover
Yeah.
as a milkman and housewife
Oh.
to infiltrate that secret lab,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
so much more entertaining.
Oh, I love that. I love that scene.
It's like they're playing these roles, but underneath it all, they're still these sharp, capable agents.
They are.
You know?
Yeah. And it just goes to show their adaptability.
Yeah.
Their ability to think on their feet, which you really need to have in espionage.
Absolutely.
But, it also speaks to their understanding of the world that they're operating in. They know how to use societal expectations to their advantage, even as they're defying those expectations.
But that's a really good point.
Yeah.
It's like they're turning the tables
They are.
on the people who are constantly underestimating them.
Exactly.
Now, we got to talk about Howard Stark for a second.
Oh, yeah, Howard.
Brilliant, but so reckless.
He is, isn't he?
Their dynamic, I feel like. It's this constant push and pull.
It is, and it's not, I don't even think it's just about their clashing personalities,
Yeah.
I think there's a deeper tension there.
Yeah.
Peggy represents this unwavering commitment to order structure.
Yeah.
While Howard, he embodies this kind of chaotic, unpredictable energy.
He does.
And yet, they need each other.
Yeah.
They balance each other out.
They do.
It's almost like a microcosm of the larger conflict that Peggy is constantly navigating.
Yeah.
This clash between idealism and pragmatism.
Right.
Between following the rules and breaking them when you have to.
Wow, I've never thought about it like that before.
It's fascinating,
Yeah,
isn't it?
It really adds a whole new layer to their whole dynamic.
It does, yeah. I think it's that tension that kind of makes her leadership style so effective.
Yeah.
She's not afraid to bend the rules a little bit, to operate in the shadows, if it means getting to that greater good.
Yeah.
Which, makes her the perfect person to build S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
I mean, it's an organization, born from the ashes of war.
Right.
Designed to, address threats that exist outside those traditional lines of power.
Yeah, and the article really dives into how, those specific experiences she had during the war, those betrayals, the losses,
Yeah.
it all feeds into the core values of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Absolutely. I mean, think about, how she was betrayed by those within the SSR.
Yeah.
People she really trusted.
Yeah.
And that definitely shaped her emphasis on vetting agents, building a culture of trust within S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right. It's not just about fighting the enemy out there.
No.
It's about safeguarding against corruption within your own ranks.
Exactly.
Which that kind of brings us to another really fascinating aspect of Peggy's character, and that's her ability to handle loss and find strength in vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
She never truly lets go of Steve, but she doesn't allow that grief to just consume her.
She doesn't.
She channels it into her work.
Yeah.
Into building a better future. It's almost like she's making a promise to him.
Yeah.
To the world they both fought for.
And, it's interesting because what really strikes me is she doesn't try to hide that vulnerability.
Yeah.
Think about that scene in The Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
When they're reunited.
It's such a good scene.
It is. And they're both older, but that connection is still so strong.
So strong, yeah.
She doesn't shy away from the pain of their lost time, all those what ifs.
Yeah.
But she also recognizes the beauty of the life she's built, the impact that she's made.
It's like she found this way to reconcile the past with the present.
I think so.
To find that sense of peace
Yeah.
within all the complexities of her own journey.
Within her own story.
And that's a pretty powerful message.
It is, especially in a genre that often focuses on overcoming trauma through, sheer force of will.
Yeah.
Peggy, she shows us it's okay to acknowledge those wounds, to carry them with you, but still find the strength to move forward.
And I think that's what makes her such a compelling role model.
Yeah.
She doesn't have, superpowers.
Right.
She's not, a god, an alien or anything like that.
She's a human being.
She is, who has faced some extraordinary challenges.
Yeah.
And has come out, stronger, more determined.
Yeah, and I think that's something we can all relate to.
I agree.
Aspire to.
For sure.
It's like she embodies that, quote, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Right.
but with a bit of a nuanced twist.
Yeah.
It's not just about surviving.
Yeah.
It's about using those experiences.
Evolving.
Yeah, evolving to become a better, a more compassionate version of yourself.
I love that.
And I think that's why her legacy resonates with so many fans.
She represents that potential that lies within us.
Yeah.
You know, the power to overcome adversity, to fight for what we believe in, to make a difference.
Yeah.
Okay, but we can't talk about Peggy's legacy without at least mentioning What If.
Oh, right.
And the whole Captain Carter storyline.
Captain Carter.
I mean, it's like the ultimate what if scenario.
Yeah.
And she absolutely crushes it.
She does. She does.
It's such a clever way to explore her character.
Yeah.
Highlighting all those
Yeah.
inherent leadership qualities.
Yeah.
You know, her strategic brilliance.
Yeah, and it's funny because even with, the super soldier serum coursing through her veins,
Yeah.
she's still the same Peggy at heart.
She is.
Thoughtful, compassionate, and always thinking 10 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Always a step ahead.
It's not just about physical strength.
Yeah,
It's the way she commands respect.
Yeah.
The way she inspires others to follow her.
To follow her, yeah.
That's what makes her a true leader.
A true leader, absolutely.
Yeah. And I think it shows that her impact, it transcends time.
It does.
And even different realities.
It really does. And it's almost subversive in the way it plays with those classic gender roles.
Yes.
It flips the script on that whole damsel in distress trope. And it shows us what happens when a woman is given the power and the platform to truly shine.
And it's so refreshing to see.
It is.
But let's go back to her more grounded story for a second.
Okay.
One thing that always fascinates me is how her costumes reflect her personality.
Oh, interesting.
Her journey.
Yeah.
In the first Avenger, it's all about those impeccably tailored military uniforms.
Yeah.
Projecting that authority and professionalism.
Yeah, she looks so sharp.
She does.
It's almost like she's stepping into a role, a uniform that was designed to exclude women.
Yeah.
But she owns it,
She does.
She commands respect through her intelligence, her demeanor, not just the clothes she's wearing.
Yeah. And then in Agent Carter, we see this shift.
Yeah.
It's a more feminine style.
It is.
The elegant dresses, the bold red lipstick.
Yeah.
It's almost like a rebellion against those post-war expectations of what a woman should be.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, like she's saying, I can be both powerful and stylish,
feminine
and formidable.
Yeah.
Like I'm not conforming to anybody's expectations but my own.
Exactly. She's blazing her own trail. I love that.
Blazing a trail.
Yeah.
And speaking of defying expectations, we got to talk about those iconic fight scenes.
Oh, the fight scenes, yes.
The one in the alley in Agent Carter.
Oh, yeah, where she takes down all those guys.
It's so good.
So good.
That precision and grace.
It's like she's dancing almost.
It's pure badassery.
It is. It's so cool.
It's such a brilliant visual representation of her strength and skill.
It is. She doesn't need any superpowers. She doesn't need any fancy gadgets. She just relies on her training.
Her quick thinking.
Yeah. Her ability to use her opponent's momentum against them.
Yeah.
It's like a carefully choreographed ballet.
It is of combat.
And it just sends such a powerful message.
It does.
Especially to those who constantly underestimate her.
Totally.
It's like she's saying, don't mistake my politeness for weakness.
I know what I'm doing.
I can handle myself.
Yeah, don't mess with me.
But we can't forget the emotional weight behind those fight scenes.
Yeah.
It's not just about physical prowess. It's about resilience.
Yeah.
It's about fighting for what you believe in.
Yeah.
Even when it feels like everyone is against you.
Even when the odds are stacked against you.
And, it all comes back to that core of Peggy's character. That unwavering commitment to justice and equality.
Absolutely.
She's not just fighting for herself.
Right.
She's fighting for a better world.
For everyone. Yeah. A world where everyone has a chance, has the opportunity to reach their full potential.
I love that.
And I think that's where her legacy really, really shines.
Yeah.
It's not just about what she accomplished, in her lifetime.
It's about what she inspired.
It's that ripple effect, the inspiration she provides.
Absolutely. And it's a reminder that even fictional characters can have a real-world impact.
You can.
Peggy's story, I think, it encourages all of us to embrace our own strength, to challenge those who tell us we can't do something.
Yes.
To fight for what's right, even when it's hard.
Even when it's hard.
And that's a legacy worth celebrating.
It is. It's amazing. It's like even decades after that first appearance, she still continues to inspire.
She does.
And you know, her influence, you can see it woven throughout the entire MCU.
It really is.
For example, I mean, S.H.I.E.L.D. becomes like this embodiment of her values.
Oh.
This global force fighting for justice and protection, just like she always did.
Yeah, like her vision became a reality. And
Mhm.
it's not just the organization itself, it's the agents,
Yeah.
they carry on that legacy.
They do?
Think about characters like Natasha, Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
They embody that same spirit,
Yes, they do.
that courage, that dedication, pushing boundaries, fighting for what they believe in.
Yeah, even when the odds are stacked against them.
Totally.
Yeah.
And it's not even limited to just the women.
Right.
I think you could even argue that characters like Cap, like Nick Fury,
Yeah.
they were inspired by Peggy's example.
By her example.
The way they lead, the choices they make,
Right.
it all kind of echoes those core values that she championed.
It's like she set a standard.
She did a bar for heroism
Yeah.
that we see throughout the MCU.
It's like this unseen force that's shaping these destinies of heroes and the fate of the world.
I love that. Yeah.
And what's so interesting to me is it's not always about, you know, punching the villain or saving the day.
Right.
It's that unwavering commitment to doing what's right.
It is.
Even when it's difficult, even when it means making sacrifices.
Even when it's the hard choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which kind of brings us back to that question we've been sort of circling around this whole time.
Yeah.
What is Peggy Carter's most important legacy?
What is it?
Is it S.H.I.E.L.D.? Is it her influence on these other heroes? Or is it something bigger, something deeper?
Yeah. Is it something that kind of goes beyond the fictional world of the MCU?
Of the MCU.
I think it's all of those things, honestly. But it's also something more than that.
Okay.
I think it's the impact that she has, on us, on the viewers.
Yeah.
She reminds us that heroism, you don't need superpowers.
Yeah.
You don't need extraordinary ability.
It's about the choices we make, the courage that we show in our everyday lives.
Yeah, it's about standing up for what we believe in.
Totally.
You know, fighting for justice and equality.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it feels like an uphill battle.
Even when it's hard.
Yeah, and finding that inner strength,
Yeah.
that resilience to keep going.
They keep going.
Even when we face, setbacks or losses.
Because that's what she did.
That's what she did.
Time and time again.
She never gave up.
Never compromised her values.
And never let the world dim her light.
I love that.
Yeah, and that is a powerful message.
It is.
One that resonates far beyond the pages of a comic book or a movie screen.
I agree.
It speaks to that human spirit,
To our ability.
to our ability to have courage and compassion and hope.
And to keep fighting
Keep fighting.
for what we believe in.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the amazing life of Peggy Carter,
Mm-hmm.
let's all try to carry that message with us.
Let's do it.
Let's be inspired by her example, to make our own mark on the world, to fight for what we believe in, and to never, ever underestimate the power of our own action,
Our own actions, yeah.
no matter how small they may seem.
Because they matter.
Because as Peggy Carter's story shows us, even in a world of, superheroes and extraordinary powers,
Yeah,
it's that human spirit that really shines the brightest.
it really is.
And that's a legacy worth cherishing,
It is.
a legacy worth fighting for.